Hey guys, it's Adil here. Okay, it's around 11 o'clock in the morning looking at my clock, which is very early for me. Typically, I get up at around 6 o'clock at night, 7, sometimes 11. I totally have no schedule. My wife hates me. But yeah, because I have this free time early on this morning, what I thought I'll do is to show you how to build a list. Now, if you aren't building a list, even though you've heard all the gurus tell you like a million times, to build a list. If you aren't building a list, but I'm not going to blame you. Perhaps you don't know how to. So this is what I'm going to spend the next 15 minutes or so showing you how to do. Is how to build your list, how to do some technical stuff such as grab autoresponder code, where to find some people to do some swaps with, so that you can build your list and that sort of thing. Okay, now before I get into that, I just want to show you why you need a list. Not to brag or anything. Okay, you've seen pretty much all our screenshots or screenshots from other marketers showing you thousands of dollars in sales. Because we've had a list, I mean, in February we were able to gross over $100,000 just from one site. $112,000 there. And from a few of our ClickBank accounts, looking at the screen for the last 20 days, because we've had a list, we've bought these particular accounts generated around $28,000 in affiliate commissions. Why? Because we've had a list. A list, what it does is enable you to send traffic to any website that you wish, any offer, literally at a push of a button. Make sense? So what you need right now, if you don't have one, is a list. Start building a list as of today. So I'm going to show you how to build your own list. Let's just jump straight into it. Now, I have compiled a checklist of all the things that you are going to need in order to build your list. I'm going to be using as many free tools as possible in order to save you some money. But do you know what? There are going to be times where you need to spend money in this business. Okay? You have to spend money on things such as getting a domain name, getting some hosting, getting an autoresponder account. Now this is something that bugs me. I mean, you get people who complain that a strategy is not free because you need an autoresponder account. I just had to get that off my chest. But okay, yeah. So I'm going to be using as many free tools as possible. Okay, so the first thing that we need is HTML editor. Now, I personally use Microsoft FrontPage 2003. Yes, it's that old. That I'm still using that, and it's it works fine for me. I also use Dreamweaver very occasionally. That's when FrontPage kind of screws up. I just I open up the page in Dreamweaver. But okay, let's get into this, and let's go ahead and download this free HTML editor called Enview. I'm not sure if I have it on my sister, but I'm gonna go ahead and download it with you guys anyway. Okay, so navigate yourself to this link, and it's down here somewhere, I believe. Let's see where we can download. Hit download. Okay, here we go. Microsoft Windows, full installer, exe, download link. Save. Once it's downloaded, you just need to double click it. That's when it has finished scanning for viruses. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and double click that. I'm going to hit run. Next. I accept. Next. You may wish to create a desktop icon. Let's hit next. Install fairly quickly, and this thing is on your machine ready to be used. Okay, we can launch that a little later on. Finish. Now let's see what's next on our list. Okay, now we're going to need a domain name. You can go to this URL right here, copy, paste this into your browser, paste, getacheapdomainname.com. This is one that I use myself personally. I've got hundreds of domain names in here. You're going to need to register. Let's see, where can you register? Oops. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so sign up for a free account. Go ahead and sign up. Pretty basic stuff. You should be able to do that just fine. Now you need a domain name. Okay, so let's go to register a domain. Now you need to pick a domain name. Now I was thinking about this as I'm creating this video, and what I'm gonna do is, once I finish recording this video, I'm actually going to give you this video so that you can give it away in order to help build your list. How cool is that? And that just came to me as I was, as I had the video paused while I was downloading something. But this is what I'm going to do: is I'm going to give you this exact video that I'm recording right now to give away to anyone you want completely for free, so that you can build your list. So this ties into the example that I'm going to give you right now. Basically, you've got to pick a domain name that's going to tie in with this. On the topic of building your list. So go ahead and choose something like, for this example, how to build a list. That's probably going to be gone, so I'm just going to pick something like how to build a list fast now. I mean, that's really long and ugly. I mean, it's just so many words. So do take your time, pick a good domain name that you feel happy with. Go ahead and grab the .com. Okay, forget about the other extensions. You want to go for .com because it seems that more professional, than .org or .co.uk, .org.me, .info. Okay, so let's see if this is available. I have clicked on search. Okay, great stuff. It's actually available. So now add to cart. Express checkout. Once you've got your details and you're signed up, obviously enter in your login and your password. I'm actually going to pay using the funds I have in my account. You can obviously pay via your credit card, and you can even pay via PayPal. It's going to be pretty self-explanatory once you get in there on how to make a payment. Because I have funds available in my account already, it's just going ahead and registering this domain right now. Okay, how to build a list fastnow.com. Okay, so that's it. That's all done. That's all nice. It's great. Now, if we go, as you can see, I've got 114 domains in this account. I use this quite a lot. I do use GoDaddy as well. I've got quite a few in GoDaddy. Now, you want to go ahead and find the domain that we just registered. Before we do that, you should protect your domain name, and we can do that by going to the left here and enabling the Whois guard. Now basically what this is, anybody can type in your domain name, okay, on a certain page. It's called a Whois search. Okay, so they can basically type in your domain name and bring up your information, basically bring up the details of the person that's registered any domain name. So if they were to do that, your name would come up, your address would come up, your phone number would come up, and I like my privacy. So go ahead and go to this Whois guard section here, current subscriptions. You get a free subscription with Namecheap. Okay, go ahead and click on use now, and we're going to basically enable this privacy feature for the domain name that we just registered, which was how to build a list fastnow.com. a lot, and enable Whois guard. We click on that, hit OK. Now basically when someone does a search on a URL, our details will not come up. Basically these guys, this company here, their details will come up rather than yours, which is great because we're protected. You get a lot of weirdos on the internet, and trust me, we've had our fair share of threats and insults and people who have said they're going to do voodoo on us and all sorts of crazy stuff. So anyway, let's get back to it. Let's go back to let's go to your domains. You want to find the domain that we just registered, which was how to build